I was watching that shit. All right. Oh man. There we go. Yeah. I like that. I even like that. Yeah. Let's move that right there. I feel like I'm on Eyewitness News and shit. Yo, what's good? Y'all know what it is, man. Hi, welcome to the party. Uh Pantha Politix Podcast. Of course, I am Seven Da Pantha, aka the Carolina Hurricane Ridiculous Slang, aka your baby mama's favorite rapper, aka a whole lot of things you should never, ever, 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 ever on God's green earth say to my face unless your knuckle game ill. Of course, from the sunny state of California, my brother ethemadassassin is in the building. What's good, brother?
What's that?
So everything is everything, man. You know what I'm saying? How's your weekend been so far?
Busy, man. Busy. Got a lot of things going on. A lot of personal shit. It's just occupying my time.
I feel
Yeah.
shit. It be like that.
So, in the middle of changing some things up in my life.
Shit, that's a good thing.
A forced change. So I'm having to react to something, and it's causing me to be proactive about something else. So
okay,
big, big change. But actually, by the next time you come back, it might be a super change.
Oh wow. Okay. That's what's up. Hey man, as long as it's a positive for you, bro, I'm all.
It's definitely gonna be positive. It's a lot of well, I don't want to say a lot. There's a few negative things around me that I don't like, and I'm doing what I need to do to change it, because one of the negative things came and affected me directly, indirectly, but directly, but more directly than indirectly. Yeah. So change time to change, time to do some other things.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah.
Adaptation is one of our greatest abilities, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
You know what I'm saying?
What's good with you? You talking anniversary shit before you fucking.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. Me and my lady today, 3 years, man. It's been it don't feel like it's been 3 years though. Like it feels like it's been like way shorter than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, damn, 3 years already. Like time be flying, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really. I mean, if I'm being honest, I ain't really. Yeah.
Got it. No, I'm doing my Fred Sanford math.
Yeah, we you know what I'm saying? I never been built big on the whole, celebration thing. I mean, I'm weird like that, man. Like I don't celebrate a whole lot of stuff. Like I just be like, okay, cool.
Why you niggas don't celebrate shit? I don't understand that, man. You motherfuckers get on my nerves. I just don't want to rejoice in nothing that's good in your life. It's like, the fuck is what's up with that?
I mean, I don't know, man. A lot of times, I'm gonna be completely honest. And this is just my perspective. A lot of times, I watch things occur that are supposed to be celebratory things, and I'm just like, that was a massive waste of time. Like, you could have been doing this, or this while you were doing that. Like, the fuck.
But they had fun and enjoyed themselves. Otherwise, you was on the side criticizing the good time they was having. Go have a good time, man. God damn. Like, I don't understand you niggas. That shit don't make sense to me. Like, and I say that because I'm putting you in a group with a few other of my friends who be like, man, I don't do this, I don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody saying you got to goddamn put on a fucking Santa hat and say Happy Easter on Halloween. Ain't nobody saying that. But goddamn, if your friends is over there and it's drinks and smoke over there and it's good times and jokes, go eat. Don't sit in the house because you don't celebrate some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, and I do sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I just find I don't know. A lot of times I don't see the point. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm weird, man. I know it. I know it. Like even with what you're saying, what you're saying right now, I'm like,
yeah,
I know. And sometimes I can shake myself out of it and just be like, all right, let me just go. You know what I'm saying? Like if okay, so case in point, say if you got if I came down and you was like, yo, bro, A, B, or C just happened, it's up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm happy for you. So whatever you want, I'm with you. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just to be on some, today, you know what I'm saying? I put my socks on right for the first time in 6 years. Oh shit. And niggas will celebrate that. But I'm like, and I get it because one thing my manager tell me all the time is learn to celebrate the small wins. He say it all the time.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to do it though. I don't know. It's really hard for me to do it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, but it's really
Really
hard for me
work
to
on
do.
that, man. Do this. This is how you work on that. Celebrate other small wins. I don't mean like just join in on their celebration. You be the one celebrating it for them.
Okay.
Present it to them.
Okay.
Bring them into it. Give it to them. You know what I'm
I
saying?
can see that. I can see that. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like your lady got a small win. Go celebrate. You gonna celebrate it for her? I would think.
Shit. Okay. Come.
Hey,
Can't
hey,
nobody
hey,
see you.
hey. You got the rest of the day for that shit. Rest of the day for that shit.
No doubt.
Got the rest of the day for that shit. You got to do better than this, man. That's unprofessional as fuck.
I know. I mean, you know, I never claimed to be the most professional person in the world.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that shit is crazy. I'm bugging. Nah, it's yeah, I definitely need to work on that. I do realize I miss out on things a lot of times because I'm not, you know, willing to back off of certain things. And sometimes I should be. um, yeah, I should be, definitely. I can
Yeah,
admit
ain't
that.
nobody saying, go spend your money and, you know what I mean, throw $1,000 in the air for, nah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, motherfucker happy for something, go be happy with them sometimes. Just do you in the environment. It'll do you some good.
No doubt. That's real shit. Cause even like even when I came down when we did the Cali Agents show, I was there was some shit going on in the background, you know what I'm saying? And I was just it kind of had me thrown off a little bit. But once I got there and the first night when we went to Candy's joint, by the time we got there, I think actually by the time we got to you, you know what I'm saying? I was starting to kind of bring myself out of it. And seeing you helped, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's always good to see you in person, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
seeing you helped, and then we move it and we in motion and we doing the thing and we go to the first stop we hit what was damn. I feel so bad that I can't remember that.
We went to Los Globos. We went to pay
Oh,
LA.
that's it, no doubt. Okay, so yeah, that started lifting it a little more. Then seeing Candy get busy lifted it some more. So by the time we came out of there, I was like, oh yeah, it's up. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But I have a tendency sometimes to overthink shit and get stuck in trying to figure out how to fix what's wrong instead of being in the moment sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like so yeah, it's a bad
Uh-huh.
habit. It's a very
I
bad
got you.
habit. I can admit
No,
that.
it's not a bad habit. It's just who you are. You know what I'm saying? It is, what I guess what I'm keying into is just the development of self. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bad habit because you stay stuck in it, not because you dwell on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Dwelling on things helps you figure things out, obviously, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes, you do got to pull back and then reattack it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, like, the biggest thing, actually, something that you're saying is, it kind of helped me realize something, I think, that might help you too. But it sounds to me like hip hop, I mean, obviously it is. Hip hop is your safe space. So,
Absolutely.
so if it's that, then you're able to relax but we need more than one safe space. Hip hop can't just be it. It can't be the only one. I mean, you know
True.
what I'm saying? Like, we got to find it amongst each other. So, or with the song, whichever one is best for your sanity. You know what I mean? But we gotta. A lot of times we stay in those modes because we're trying to figure out how to control something we can't control.
Absolutely. You ain't never lied. That's real shit.
We got to realize what we can't control. And the moment we do that, we add probably 20 more years of life to ourselves because we take a stress off our chest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some things you can change, some things you can't. We got to really realize and understand how many things are out of our control. And once you do that, you know what's in your control. So you can dwell on that.
I was just about to say,
and do what you got to do.
I think part of it is also, and what you were just saying made perfect sense in regards to what I was thinking. I was like, damn, the other part of that is probably knowing, like, there's certain situations where you can have a certain degree of control. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But it only goes
right.
to a certain point.
Exactly.
Once it gets past that point, you no longer have control of what's happening with it. So it's kind of like your mind might go beyond that point, but you have to be able to recognize where your wall is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to know.
Right.
So, yeah, and I have a hard time with that because I think the biggest reason I have a hard time with that is because I always end up getting pushed into a point of being in charge. And so I'm like, so I'm always thinking, okay, how do I fix the problem then? If you want me to be in charge, that means I have to fix the problem.
Right.
In all actuality, being in charge doesn't mean you have to fix the problem. It means that if you can't fix the problem, you need to assemble the people who are capable of fixing the problem and allow them to do it. So, yeah,
Gotta delegate. I remember
absolutely.
we spoke about this a couple of episodes ago, briefly, but
Indeed.
you gotta learn how to delegate.
Yes,
You know,
that is,
and not
man.
just, and delegation doesn't mean dumping a job on a motherfucker.
That's what some people think it means.
Yeah, like it doesn't mean that. You know what I'm saying? So like, so even sometimes keeping things in your control can sometimes be a byproduct of you thinking that you feeling like you're dumping something on somebody else.
Absolutely.
Some people are just better qualified to do some things, or some people are just they have the time and space to do it, whereas you don't. You know, so your input and your guidance alone is enough sometimes.
You know, you just made me realize something. So, I did the sidebars interviews with Trey Dot and Unlearn the World last week,
I listened to them
and
both. Yeah.
and like those brothers both was like, "Yo, send me the video." So I sent it to him, and I'm like busy throughout the week, but I'm running, and I'm in between that. I'm trying to find clips to clip out, and they just going, and I'm like, "Yo, you know what? Fuck it, man. Whatever you post, I'll just repost it. I don't care. It is what it is." But I had to start realizing that as much as I like to do everything myself, I love to be able to say I did it. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't on no cocky shit. It's just that I got so tired of asking people to do shit for me and it not getting done that when I started learning how to do it myself, it started becoming a point of pride for me to be able to say, yeah, I did it. It's cool. It's done. And I took care of it. It's cool. I didn't have to ask nobody for shit. But then I tend to get myself in a quandary sometimes doing that because between all of the different elements of what I have going on in my life, I didn't realize how tedious of a thing video editing is.
Very.
I didn't realize. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning. I'm learning very quickly how tedious it is, and I don't profess to be the illest. So, or if there's somebody that can help with it, then cool. Like please do, because I have to recognize within myself I'm not the best at that, and then sometimes I just don't got time, and then it hurts the promotion for the pod if I can't do the clips and put them out. So I'm like hustling backwards trying to go forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why most shows have an editor.
Indeed.
That's your only job, to cut shit. See, because like even like with what you're saying with this, like I'm glad you're saying that because okay, so just that's what my degree is in. My bachelor's degree is in TV production and radio production. Okay, having that degree, I see so many people, and I get it, so it's not a knock against people, jumping out there and trying to figure their hustle out. I'm all for that. You know what I mean? But certain things have rules. They have not ways that they're supposed to be done. Because I mean, again, like things change. You know what I'm saying? But like depending on what you're editing for or how you learn it, it carries over in the other ways. So if you're teaching yourself how to edit, there's a lot of fundamentals that you're gonna miss. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this isn't just you. This is everybody who is self-taught editors. If you're not taking the time to actually learn from a professional editor, then you're really just figuring out how to cut frames. Like, editing is a thing. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's storytelling. It's storytelling. And it's also technical with certain things like when you cut, where you cut, where the person turns, where the camera's going, you know what I'm saying, which direction it's facing, and there's all types of shit, you know what I'm saying? And I see that I see a lot of those mistakes in a lot of people's video only because, they don't know it. You know what I'm saying? Like they did what everybody else can do. They got some equipment and got busy. Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? Get to it. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of people out there that's getting busy now and they in the world and they're, you know what I'm saying, like productive members of the video world. You know what I'm saying? So salute to all of them. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody that's trying, but do know that there's certain ways to do it correct. There are certain ways to do it correct. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's that part of it. And I mean, we can get off of this, but that one thing you just said does stand out because it's the same thing that Gabe, my manager, told me. He said he does video editing, and he was like, he kind of prefers to do the shooting and not the editing simply because of the tedious nature of it, but he does know how to do it. And he kept telling me, he was like, yo, you gotta. He said, you know, the weird thing is most people won't realize they'll do something silly, like a dude will be saying something and turn this way, and then when they cut it, his head is this way. Like it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? He said, like, but even if it was just like in the process of coming back this way, it would have made a better cut because it made sense to coming from there swinging back this way.
Right.
But and then like you walk past that wall, once you clear that wall, that's your cut right there. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it keep going. Cut right there.
He's teaching you about edit points.
Yeah, he's trying to put me on the game. So like,
Okay.
I've been practicing on little stuff. Like I'll just like randomly shoot stuff when I'm out. I just randomly video stuff I'm riding past, and then I'll come home and try to clip it into something to tell a story. You know what I'm saying? And I think as I do that and start working on the transitions and all that, it'll get easier. But yeah, man, enough respect to everybody to do it because this shit is a pain in the ass, but a necessary evil nonetheless. So I absolutely salute to y'all because this is not child's play by a long shot. Oh my goodness, right. Now,
I mean, it'll also teach you how to, when you know you want to shoot something, it'll teach you how to shoot for the edit. Like when I was, they told us the best editors are typically the ones who shoot for themselves because they know how to tell the story how they wanted to tell it. Now, of course, like in professional setting, a lot of times the editor isn't shooting; they're just being told what to cut. You know what I'm saying? And given certain things, and they give you a parameter to make it look good with them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, get to it, bro. Get to it.
That's man, hell yeah, I'm fucking with that. Okay. Oh man, speaking of getting to it, I had not seen this video that you sent this morning, but this is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is funny. So I understand where Glasses Malone. Yeah, if y'all not familiar with Glasses Malone, please do your homework. Yeah, I've known the name for a very long time. He's never not been in an interview where he says something to me. You'd be like, wow, he's a trip. But so Glasses Malone was speaking on, BBLs and the seeming desire of some men to want their girls to go do this, do this thing, and how they look and how he said he doesn't find any of them to be appealing. That's a strong statement, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely understand this. I mean, you brought it to the table, so I'm just curious, like when you heard it, like what was your
Well, to me, obviously for me, I didn't bring it to the table just for the fact that he said that. It was really about the psyche behind it.
Absolutely, no doubt. Let's get into it.
So, like that's what it was for. Like that's why I fuck with Glasses. Like I'm a real big fan of hearing him speak on things. And when he broke it down, like the first thing when he says, if your man asks you to do this, he don't like you. It's so many things wrapped up in that, you know what I mean? But obviously the simplest thing is like, he fucked with your personality enough to be willing to say, hey, you know what, I like you, but I would fuck with you hard if your body was better. That's some crazy shit to tell somebody.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're not talking about change your body for your own health, your own well-being. Change it so I can look at it better. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is strange. Yeah, he don't like you. You know what I'm saying? He don't like you. He don't like you. He has an idea of you. And he likes that idea. He's gonna fit you in that box. That's what he's saying in that part. You know what I'm saying? But then on the other side of it, it's like it's a criticism of BBL culture. And I'm glad for it. So like what you just said, you was like, man, like that's a strong statement to make. Like he don't like any BBLs. I don't.
Me neither.
I don't.
It's just a strong statement. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, like especially with the way society is right now. Yeah, that was a strong statement to make. But I'm glad he did.
You know what I'm saying? Like again, like I don't knock nobody for doing shit for their own self-esteem. Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I wish, and I might be overstepping, but I wish that it didn't take such a drastic measure to improve your self-esteem.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? I had to go under a knife and all of that. You know what I mean? You know, because you feel you got to compete. Like, first of all, I don't believe women when they say they only do shit for themselves. I don't believe that. That shit sound crazy to me. And I'm saying that right now. I don't believe that. I don't believe you motherfuckers is dressing how you dressing and putting these crazy eyelashes on and the long weaves for your own good.
Or to impress other women. For what reason?
I don't believe none of that shit. Well, I think they do it to impress other women.
To a degree, though, but not to the degree that they claim it is.
I think it's to a higher degree than what we imagine.
I feel that, though, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said, like, I think they do it to impress other women. Like, not like, oh, I'm going to kill these bitches when I come outside. No. Subliminally, I think it's, oh, I'm going to kill these bitches when I come outside.
Yeah.
Because no matter what anybody says, every human on this planet is in competition with the next one in some form or fashion.
I don't believe it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, with whatever it is we're doing, we're in competition. And as long as you walk on this planet, you are in a competition of procreation. That is what we put on this planet to do. We're in a competition of procreation. Looks are a part of attraction and procreation. It's the beginning of it. You know what I'm saying? We got two, what is it? We got two eyes, one mouth, so you can see, you hear, two eyes, man. I can see all of this shit walking around here. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me that you working on your look, you working on your looks for your self-esteem and you can't even see your fucking looks?
Yeah, you can't.
You can't see it. But you're doing that for yourself. Like that's all I'm saying. Like, come on, let's be for real. Like, you know, I get my hair cut every week. I've been doing that since I was maybe like 17, 18.
Right.
Like it was something I learned, you know, from older cats around me, you know, like be neat, be presentable, whatever. But being neat and being presentable is about how other people see.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Now, at the same time, I take pride in the fact that people say, hey, man, you always got your shit together. I like that.
No doubt.
That makes me feel good. But I do it for you to say it.
No need to front about it. That's why I did it. I feel that shit, bro.
I can admit that. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't one of these motherfuckers who sit there and be like, oh, no, I don't give a fuck. Come on, bro. In some kind of way, everybody gives a fuck in some kind of manner about what people think about you. You know,
because if you didn't, you wouldn't do half the shit you do.
If you let that cripple you, now it's something else, and I'm off my soapbox.
Nah, I feel it though. Like, I don't know how many people know this. I think I might have told a few people this. But the whole reason why I
didn't make those legs for that ass.
Not at all. But that should be looking. Woo. Ladies, listen. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. Keep it 1,000 with you. And I used to DJ in a strip club, so I was in the strip club every day for however long I worked there. We ain't got to get into all of that. But one of the things I will tell you is this: there is something about the attraction of natural beauty that can't be duplicated. No matter how many knives you go under, no matter how many doctors you see, you can't duplicate that. You were born to be who the fuck you are. That's it. You can't be somebody else because that's not you. You're the person that you were born to be. Me, I've been bald since I was 17 years old. But you know why? Simple. My high school had never been to the playoffs in football, ever. Real quick, salute to BJ Rodman, Mike Estes. I love y'all brothers, man. Hey, but y'all didn't get there. We did. So we went to the playoffs my senior year, first time my school ever been to the playoffs. And the seniors decided, hey, if we win this game and we make the playoffs, everybody shave your head. We won the game, made the playoffs, shaved my head. I was so self-conscious about it because I had a lot of hair, bro. I had an afro, like Snoop Dogg afro. You know what I'm saying? So I cut all my hair off. My head's bald. My dad's the bald, mind you, but at the time I'm not thinking about none of this. I go to school the next Monday, hat on, hood over the hat, self-conscious as fuck. The teacher made me take all of that off. And the response that I got from the ladies when they saw me with the baldy, I've been bald ever since. Ever since. On everything. So, I mean, I get it. But didn't have to go let nobody like make a life altering change to my body for that to happen.
Right,
You know
right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck. I ain't never thought the way niggas was going crazy over Nicki Minaj. I was never one of them guys. You know
Right,
why?
right,
I
right.
seen Nicki before that, so I knew
Yeah.
it was fake.
In Hood Locker. You seen a Hood Locker.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
shout out to Fendi, but like yeah, man, like it's crazy to me, man. I think that there is,
She's a little cutie with an attitude in there.
you know what I mean?
I ain't like fucking with her.
No, they gotta, ladies, listen, glasses is right. Glasses is right. It's one thing to be like, hey, let's go join the gym together. Because we both need to be in better shape so that we can enjoy this life that we're building together for a longer amount of time. That's a different situation.
Let me interject. Even if you're doing that just for the superficial of it,
It's
I'm
still
not.
natural though.
It's still gonna benefit your health. You know, so that's why I just threw that in.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Hell yeah. And you're not going allowing nobody to put you under no anesthesia and snipping at your body. Change, and like y'all don't realize how much that should really change you. It's not just your butt that's changing. It's literally changing the way your body's going to operate moving forward. So be mindful of that, because I don't think we, as a black community already, I don't think we pay enough attention to our health. People will tell you quick, black men don't go to no fucking doctor. And I will be the first person to co-sign that, because I don't go to the doctor unless I think I'm about to die. So I'm just be honest. Unless I think I'm gonna die or something's not working the way it's supposed to, I'm not going. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, man, glasses was on point with that, bro. Like, yeah, that if a nigga telling you ladies that I think you should go, he don't fuck with you like that. Don't let him fool you and make him think that he let him make you think that he fuck with you like that, because he don't. I promise, he don't.
Now let me say this, because and if she's listening, I won't say your name, but salute to you. You're actually part of the inspiration that I'm about. Well, you are the inspiration of what I'm about to say. I know a lot of mothers, one child, two children, three children. I said two children, three children. You just through the natural process of being a mother, some things may droop, some things may flatten out, sag a little bit. I can understand why you want to get that tightened up. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not knocking that. You know what I'm saying?
Pump. My bad.
Again, do what you do. If that's what makes you feel better about yourself, then go ahead and do that. But you know what I'm saying? But just understand the limits. Well, not even the limits. Just understand the boundaries that you're stretching.
Very true. Very true. Yeah.
Do it for yourself. Do that for yourself. Don't do it because another nigga told you to.
No doubt. Let's normalize staying alive longer first. Let's normalize putting that first. And if that means not going to places where they might have it and you don't want to have to deal with that, like we was talking about before, then maybe I should do that. And then if it means not letting somebody nip tuck your body, maybe you should do that. I just think I think there comes a point where we have to be smarter than we have to prove that we're smarter than the choices we're given. You know what I'm saying? And that's a confusing statement to some people, but think about it.
Right.
Think about it. That's all I was saying is think about it.
Know the differences between needs and wants.
Yes.
Know the difference.
Yes.
Know the difference.
Because they're massively different.
It's kind of like that control thing. Kind of put it together.
Man. Yo. Oh, man. And
then they do this. You remember that?
Oh, God. I ain't seen that shit in a long time. Oh, you just fucked my head over there. That was like one day I called one of the homies and I was like, yo, bro, what's up? He was like, yo, hold up, check it out. I said, what's up? I'm pausing because I think this nigga about to spit a verse or play a beat or something. That nigga was like, yo. I was like, what? He was like, I was like, come on, man. Don't do that shit. This nigga's doing that shit like 25 seconds. I'm like, bro, we not 12. Stop doing that shit, yo. But it brought back a good memory and made me laugh for a minute. Like I sometimes discount the value of moments like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I always be like, go. So when a nigga be like, and I be like, all right, whatever, nigga. And I'm on to the next thing. But like, again, I need to learn to be in the moment.
Be in the moment sometimes.
Celebrate the small victory. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We getting to a point where we're gonna have fewer moments.
That part. Yeah.
Y'all can
This
recognize
reminds me
why
constantly of how few moments I may have. Constantly. Oh my God, yo. I hate the yo, you know what? I gotta say something too, man. And I feel like this was I feel like there was some hate thrown a little while ago, a few months back, couple months back. There was some hate thrown that I didn't understand at the time. Um, let me clarify. There was a point a couple months back where D1. Now, because I know a lot of people who listen to this podcast, y'all know who D1 is. Y'all have always known who D1 was a Christian rapper, and I say that with air quotes only because there was a point. I almost feel like there was a point before he went heavy that direction that I heard him doing stuff that wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? I could be dead wrong. I may be imagining that, but he has been that for the majority of what I've known him to be. I didn't hear him make music for a while. Then he started podcasting or making digital content. And a couple months back, he said something in regards to Rick Ross, Jim Jones, Meek Mill, and the uh, substance, the content of the music that they make.
Mm-hmm.
And I understood the statement he was making. It's not something that we've never heard before. The reason why it became such a big deal is because he put names on those bullets. I get it. Okay, cool. But the response from a particular podcaster was very harsh on some, who the fuck are you? Da 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 da. And I was like, well, nah, dog, he's been here. He's been here for a while. Like, he's qualified to speak on what he's speaking on. He maybe just didn't need to put those names on it because they're not like to me, they're not the first people I think of when I think of destructive music. You know what I'm saying? They're not the first names that come to mind for me. So that turned into a whole thing. And I mean, he's been kind of consistent with his and I mean, I respect his mission, or what seems to be his mission. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But he said very recently that NWA's legend status should be stripped because they kind of ushered in a certain negative connotation in the music or whatever. And I was like, I can't rock with you on this one. I'm sorry. I just can't. NWA are considered legends because they gave voice to a lifestyle, a group of people who didn't have a voice. We didn't know what the fuck was going on in LA. You know what I'm saying? Until they told us. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, if they wasn't hip hoppers, they didn't know who Ice-T was. You know what I'm saying? But NWA kicked the door in a big way. And people's cognitive recognition of what's happening in California and why it is the way it is became far greater and of greater interest to people outside of California after NWA came out. So, D1, I understand your premise. I get it. But you can't rewrite history because you don't like gangster rap. Sorry. It don't work that way. It just don't work like that. I'm sorry. It don't.
Let me say this. I don't think Joe Budden's reaction was harsh. I think people hearing the tone in which he said it. But like, nah, I don't think it was harsh at all. I think he said what was actual fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, what you just said, and it was a warning. Like, I think that's the part that people are missing. It's a warning. It's like, you need to watch who you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop trying to call people out because these are people who may react in a manner that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that you're not even trying to drum up. Like, you think you're helping.
Right.
You think you're helping. Whereas somebody might be like, nah, you fucking with me, bro. Like, and you fucking with what I do and how I feed 30 motherfuckers. That mean you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't mean a disagreement. We have a problem. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's something interesting you said. Like, and I felt like, I think you kind of did it by accident. The artist that he named in the first rant, or with the first statement or whatever, you just said that you don't feel that their music is as destructive as others. Like, he could basically say he could have called out other people that are really,
yeah, absolutely
right. Yeah. So why wouldn't they respond how they responded? Because they probably feel that same way too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I understood why they responded the way they
Yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
And
know,
yeah,
I know.
it was the tone, but it was kind of
Yeah.
some of the who the fuck is this dude? You know that, and I felt like, man, Joe, you know who this guy is. You gotta know who he is. That could be
Well,
me
no.
assuming that he knows who he is too. So that, yeah,
Well, no. I mean, I take that as a status question. Like, who are you? Who are you to them to be able to do that
no doubt, no doubt.
in the manner that you did it? Have the conversation one on one with them. You know, so get them on the phone. But who the fuck do you think you are to be able to just come online and be like, yeah, I said this, nigga. Who are you?
Sure indeed, sure indeed. That's real shit.
You know, and not that what you're saying is invalid, but it's like again the channel that you chose to use, the method you chose. Like, who the fuck are you to be able to think that you could do this and it just be cool? You know, our elder statesman Rakim comes out and says that. Okay, I need to sit down and think about this.
Facts, real talk. Hell yeah.
If he does it in that manner, but you know, Rakim probably wouldn't do any of that. You know, I mean, so what I'm saying is, I guess, is and not that it would have worked if that it would have worked if an elder statesman had to did it, but like we have a problem with authority and people criticizing shit that we do. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, you got to be diplomatic when you do that, because again, like if you trying to, it's the honey and flies and shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you attract more flies with honey than vinegar, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah,
actually
real shit.
attract them with shit too.
Please believe it. Please believe it. And there's no shortage of that. Trust me when I tell you. I mean, bro, you know me. So I mean, I applaud anybody that's making the effort to redirect some of the energy. You know what I'm saying? Now, it might sound crazy for me to say that, judging by the content of some of my music. I get it. But if you're only judging what I'm doing by what I say when I rap, you missing the majority of the picture. You know what I'm saying? Like you missing a whole lot of stuff. So, pardon me. I think that Meek Mill's engagement with the prison system and trying to rectify issues with the prison system speaks volumes about who he is as a
Right.
person. He knows that in order for me to continue to do what I'm doing, I have to have the funds to do so. And this is what's selling. So I'm gonna keep selling it to you. But in the midst of me selling you that, if you pay close enough attention, I'm talking about this other shit too. You know what I'm saying? And that's one reason why I love the championships. I'm not a huge Meek Mill fan. He cool. But
Right.
I love that album because I felt like he was starting to take elements of the stuff he was doing outside of music that were
Yeah.
trying to help the lives of people and finally putting it in the music. And I was like, yes, thank you. Balance, bro. That's all I'm saying. I know you're a street nigga. Talk your shit. Balance. That's all I'm saying. It's balance. Sometimes we need it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Do you want to take your cape off, bro? It ain't that. It ain't that. I understand what you're trying to do, but come on, man.
You need to get a a politics translator, not an anger translator, but or a real nigga translator or something like real nigga translator. And I'm being facetious with those two words.
Oh yeah, I feel you.
But that's it, because it's like it's almost like he don't know how to talk to the people he's trying to talk to.
And being that you've been a part of this culture this long, you should know better.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause you tried to pull that shit out your back pocket with that. I'm from New Orleans. I know that. You basically just try to say I could go get these same niggas. Why would you even introduce that kind of energy into it if that's what you're trying to combat? Come on, bro, don't do that. So you got to learn how to talk to these niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? I know how to talk to niggas.
You're right. You're right. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, like no, because it brought me to something that I was talking to with a homegirl of mine the other day, and it's just like, man, my discussion with her was much broader, but I just realized black men don't know how to talk to black men.
Oh no,
we don't. No. I mean, I'm generalizing, you know what I'm saying, but it's a lot of trauma that comes through, and it manifests with us not knowing how to talk to each other.
Absolutely. I agree. It's a whole lot of situations I've seen that could have been resolved without violence, but because niggas ain't know how to talk, it couldn't be. You know what I'm saying? And their first response was automatically, if you say X, Y, or Z to me, my automatic response is, da 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 da. But like, it's been a million times I can even think of in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like most of it was before I turned, 22, 23. But like, well, I can't really say that. It still happens sometimes. But there's been plenty of times where my response, well, I won't even call it a response because a response is generally thought out. My reaction to what was occurring became the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like the disagreement wasn't really a problem until I turned it into one because of how I reacted to it. So yeah, I feel you, and it's all of that was a product of me not knowing how to address my brothers without it being antagonistic. It's way too much bravado involved in how we talk to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like we're in a constant state of having to prove something to each other.
That's it, right there, constantly. Once again, shit you can't control. Shit like he gonna look at you how he look at you, based upon what you do.
Thanks.
You can come with an open hand and try to shake his hand, or you can come with a hammer and try to beat him in the head with it. Guess what he'll be more receptive to?
I can guarantee you the hammer's not gonna go very well. Not gonna go very well at all. Oh man, that shit is crazy. Bro, we talking about niggas not knowing how to talk to each other, and I'm glad we talked about D1 and that whole way that played out. Oh, before we get off that, leave NWA alone, man. Cut that shit out. You bugging, man.
Word. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. My fault. Yeah, how the fuck is they not gonna be legends, bro? Yeah, let's do that. How are they not gonna be legends?
There's no way.
We need to strip they let. Do you? Okay. All right, D1. Now I gotta fuck with you, nigga. How do you suppose you do that? Just answer that. Tell me how. Grandiose idea. Grandiose idea. Well, how? How would you do that?
You can't erase what they did. You can't erase that. You can't take away straight out of Compton. You can't take away niggas for life. You can't take away 100 miles of running. You can't take away the Ice Cube that grew out of that, the Dr. Dre that grew out of that, Eazy-E and Ruthless Records that came. Dog, you can't take none of that away. It is ingrained in hip-hop history. It is ingrained in Black America. Bro.
Like, come on, man. Like, how the fuck do you say, how do you propose that we actually do what the fuck you said?
Family tree too strong, yo. It's too strong.
Like, I'm a person who I like real life comedy. I don't like jokes that's made up off of shit. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's some make believe shit, bro. Like, come on, man, you're not even saying something that could actually happen.
That part. Well, you gotta stop playing.
Like, look at how motherfuckers is feeling about R. Kelly.
You know what? I find it.
How you going? It's obvious you can't take it away. Is my point.
Exactly. You can not listen. You can mute them on Spotify, but you can't take away what happened before all of the bullshit. You can't take it away. Like, I stopped listening to R. Kelly in 2001, but even prior to that, he was going absolutely insane, and you can't take that away. And from that point to whenever he stopped making music and the legal shit got to be too much, he was still going insane. I can't take any of that away, despite how I feel about him because of what he did. Can't take none of that away. Bill Cosby, can't take none of that away. None of it. You can't.
The people make you a legend. What you did is what the people use to judge to make you the legend. But after that, you can't do shit about it.
Nah, you can do.
So how the fuck you going to? They need their legend status stripped. Special Ed, you got people fucked up right now.
Absolutely.
And I mean that respectfully. I really do. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to get Ed or D1 on here and grill them just a little bit. Like, what the fuck is you talking about?
I think you can get Ed on here, yo. I think you can get Ed.
I'm gonna have to reach out to him for sure.
I think you can get him. I mean, hopefully he don't be on his pay me shit, but I think you could get him.
Oh yeah. And as a matter of fact, artists on that pay, I'm not gonna say who I hit up. I ain't gonna say his name. But I hit up a artist that I was a huge fan of in the mid to late '90s. Um, he hasn't had any really high impact music out in quite a while. So I mean, I hit him up and was just like, bro, I seen a few interviews you've done, got you looking a certain type of way. And let me also put into that, me and this person got history. Like we from the same neighborhood. You know what I mean? Um, I may or may not have been in a relationship with one of his family members at a point. But so yeah, I was like, bro, huh?
You horrible at that. What you just
What you,
did, you're horrible.
no, I said, yeah, I know.
You horrible. That was bad. That was bad. That was bad. I ain't gonna say
Oh man.
I ain't gonna say his name just because you said you ain't gonna say it, but that was bad, nigga.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Anybody who watched this show know who the fuck you just said.
Yeah. And if you know me, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I hit him up and was like, yo, bro, they got you looking crazy out here, man. Like, let me bring you on the pod, man, and let you, you know what I'm saying, let you answer some real questions to show people that you ain't just this, you know what I mean? And he was like, word, man, hey, bro, I'm glad you reached out, man. It's been a long time, da 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 da. $650. I was like, I don't want to talk to nobody that bad. Oh God, I don't want to talk to nobody that bad. So yo, it's all good, bro. I'll let you later. Matter of fact, if I ever get that in the budget, I'll call you back when that happens. But yeah, I just don't see that happen. So yeah, much respect to you. I hope everything works out. I hope that nobody else puts you on blast and have you looking crazy. But yeah, I try.
I feel you. I feel you. I don't think you're wrong. And I'm not saying that you should have did it, but I know why he did it, and he's actually smart for doing
Oh yeah, I agree.
He's smart for doing that because he knows his name is gonna generate clicks. Pay me. You know what I'm saying?
Rightfully so. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I just can't do it. I mean, and it ain't even that I can't do it because if I really wanted to put my mind to it, I could have came up with the 650 to pay. You know what I'm saying? But it started coming down to a point of, is that 650 more well suited to pay you to do this interview or to use it to move the podcast forward as a whole? Like it will make more sense for me to make that investment right now as opposed to just do this interview. It might go crazy and then they don't come back. They just came for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, but you run that risk anyway. You run that risk anyway with doing a pod. Somebody might catch like let's just say one episode just blows the fuck out the water. It can happen anyway. True. They could just be a fan of that one episode and see the rest. Like, nah, I'm cool, and then don't fuck with you no more. You run into that anyway. Like you run into that with music. You run into that just being friends with motherfuckers and giving them a soda for the day. So you just run into that.
No doubt. He said just giving them a soda for the day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, it's it's an up and down thing when it comes to retention. That's why the word exists. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I'm not gonna say I would have talked you into doing that, but I probably would have given you some other perspectives on that because I also feel like that could have. Damn it! Now we get into a whole other conversation, but I think that would have. That 650 that you felt you could have put into the podcast. To me, that's putting it into the podcast anyway.
No doubt, I feel it.
And it's possible to get the residuals back in off of that. That'll give you that 650 back to do what you want to do, and now you got more eyes.
I could think, yeah. I see.
Not that it would have happened, but you know what I'm saying. You got to think like that.
Like it's okay.
Got to put your dick on the poker table.
Sure did. Yeah. I mean, I got a list that's probably this long on a piece of paper of veteran artists that I know aren't super active right now. Some of them still making records, but they not like going crazy. So I got a list of them that I sent emails to, or Instagram messages, or whatever. Reached out to them by any medium I could find to get in contact with them, to ask them about interviewing them on the podcast. And the weird thing is this. Like 80% of them have at least opened the message. Out of that 80, so now we're going to get rid of that other 20%. Out of that 80, now that 80 is the 100%. Out of that, 10% have responded. in some way. You know what I'm saying? I interviewed Tracy Lee, so that was a go. It's a couple of other ones that are on deck for future. I don't want to talk about it right now, but like, because it's just in case they fall through. But yeah. But overall, I didn't realize people were so weird about being interviewed. Like it's it's kind of strange to me, but like, okay, yeah, whatever. Whatever. It is what it is. I've been trying to get this RJ Payne interview for like a year. But you know. We ain't gonna get into that right now.
Well, so what you saying like weird about being interviewed? Like in what way?
Okay, so case in point, I start looking for if I see somebody that I want to interview, right? I'll start doing searches to see how often they've been interviewed recently. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to interview somebody that's done 100 interviews in the last month. You know what I'm saying? Like you've already said everything pertinent you probably need to say, and I don't want to just be another voice in the crowd.
Right.
Like when I pulled Tracy Lee, he hadn't had an interview in a while. Okay, cool. You just did a performance not too long ago for, da 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 da, boom, boom, boom. You got new music coming out. Come on, let's do it. But yeah, for me, I find it strange that like you're in a position where you may have new material out, or you may be on some kind of tour to celebrate the legacy of your career, whatever the case may be, and you're not getting the promo that you wanted to get. I would think that an open door to come do an interview and tell your side of the story, or tell your story would be more willingly accepted. But it's kind of like, and I'm like, yo, you can go check my track record. I don't do no bullshit interviews. Like, it's gonna be some dope shit. You know what I'm saying? But nah, it's not on the Breakfast Club or none of that shit. I get it, but niggas gonna listen. Niggas gonna listen. Like they listen. I look at the analytics every week. I know they listen. So yeah, I don't know, man. I just find it odd.
Wait. Okay, all right. So I'm dissecting what you. I don't even really got to dissect the shit. What you said is based upon. It sounds like what you said is based upon how you think they may view the pod and the reach. But my question, and I could be wrong, but that's what it sounds like the answer you gave. But,
Okay.
but my question is about. You said they're weird about interviews, so take yours off the table.
Right.
What do you mean they're weird about interviews? I'm going somewhere with this.
Well, that's why I said the part about I look to see if they've been interviewed recently, like if I know you're doing stuff, but you're not talking to anybody about it, like nobody's interviewing you. I don't know if nobody's reaching out to you, but you're not doing the interviews if they are reaching out to you. So now I'm extending out. Hey, just in case I don't see you talking to nobody about this, like I want to talk to you about it because I fucked with you for the last 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Here, I don't see it happening, and it should be happening, whether it happens here or wherever. People should be talking to you about what you're doing. You should be letting motherfuckers know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not happening.
All right. So now I got that part out of you. Okay, cool. Have you ever considered the fact that they just don't like doing interviews? They don't like answering. They don't like answering questions. So what's weird about that? And I get it. Like what I'm drumming up is the conversation about okay, like for instance, Hus Kingpin, he's a friend of mine. Hates doing interviews. He hates them. And I realized he actually doesn't even like being in front of a camera. He hates it. I didn't realize it until he said it in somebody else's interview. But even then, he was only doing that interview because he was beefing with West Side Gun at the time. So he had shit to say. But in that interview, he was like, I don't like doing interviews. I don't like talking to people. And he don't. Like, if you be around him, like he keep to himself.
I hate he said that. I love to interview him about that new project with 9-1.
Oh, that'll never happen.
Yeah, I know.
Like, and you don't even know him. So
exactly.
Like that'll never happen. You know what I mean? Like he busy living in Brazil, bro. Like he not giving a fuck about none of this shit.
I can dig it. I ain't mad at it.
But I'm just saying, it's people like that. It's people who don't like doing interviews. Like even with the reason why Cat Williams shit is blowing the fuck up is because he don't never interview. The last interview before this one was the one where he roasted the lady that I'm aware of. Where he roasted
so too. Yeah.
The lady at the radio station. Like that's the last one I saw that got publicized. I was only throwing that out there and asking it that way because what you said, it kind of go back into the fame conversation we was having the other day. Like, we feel as artists, there's just certain things that come with this game that we need to be doing. And one of those is interviews. And we like, damn, let me get an interview. Let me get an interview. But what if you just don't like doing them shits? Like, cause even like for me, like I could see when I talk with you, I didn't want to be up here every week.
I know. I know. I just said that to somebody the other day. I said, bro, I gotta give E his because he was supposed to be part-time. He was supposed to be part-time, and he shows up every week, yo. That's what he's here like, every fucking time. So like,
I ain't want to do that. You know what I mean?
Oh shit! I'm glad you did, but
no doubt. But I'm just saying, like, like I go out, I do things because I like to see and experience shit, but I like to keep to myself though.
Sure did.
Now again,
I'm happy that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not no dickhead. You know what I'm saying? I can engage with anybody. You know what I'm saying? If you come to me, whatever, I'm not necessarily running from that conversation or anything like that. But if you allow me to sit by myself and not fucking with people, I will sit right there, and you will notice that I'm just in the corner doing me.
No doubt. Like, I hate taking pictures, so I feel it. Like that's the one part of this that I don't like. Like, I hate taking fucking pictures.
I hate posing for pictures.
That part. Give me some, man. Just take the fucking picture, dog. I'm not ready to pose. I'm just being me. Shoot the fucking shot. I don't got time for this shit.
I don't like posing for them. You know. I mean, now I'll get drunk. You better catch me candid. You know what I'm saying? That's no that. But I don't like that part of it.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit about this. You know what? I'm glad you said that. It's a whole lot of things. I don't think people understand that when you do certain shit, right? There's always there's a code to everything. No matter how much people may disagree with that, no matter how much people may feel like some things are quote unquote lawless or whatever the case may be, everything got rules. Even lawless activity got rules. The relationships between people have rules. You know what I'm saying? Whether you choose to acknowledge them or not. And especially when you're talking about the institution of marriage. You know what I'm saying? It's a transactional thing. So there are definitely rules involved in it. Some of the most powerful rules that are put in place around marriage happen before you ever say I do, if you are a wealthy person. That's usually in the form of a prenuptial agreement to protect your assets. And even when two wealthy people get married, there are things in place to protect each of their assets in the event.
Hold on, man. I like how you walked in this door, man. That was cool as shit. I was like,
where's this nigga going? Hold on.
I was not like that, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on your toes like that. I was dope. I'm like, wait a minute, nigga. I'm like, nah, hold up, nah. Broke niggas got rules too. Like, but no, I get it.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, and that's real shit. and we definitely will get to that aspect of it. But I brought that
cut the edges off my bread.
Oh shit! Pardon me, my bad. But I brought that up because our favorite, everybody's favorite trap boy, Jeezy, jumped out the window and did something that was unprecedented. Well, not unprecedented, but he ended up marrying Jenny May, however she says her name. And everybody was like, "Yay!" But then something went sideways, and it wasn't yay anymore. But the funniest shit in the world, I don't want to get into the specifics of what the hell's going on in their crib. But what I will say is this: Jenny recently posted that she wants to. What did she say? Please don't enforce the prenup. I didn't have enough time to read it. Okay. Let me start here. You have been in the entertainment business for 20 plus years. You have attorneys that look at everything. Or else you wouldn't sign it. You mean to tell me that in all this time dealing with contracts, that you couldn't say, hey, take a look at this. I don't have time. Take a look at this and let me know if it's solid. Or did you sign the prenup not expecting things to go sideways? And now that they have, you feel like you have more to lose by virtue of what you agreed to, as opposed to I don't know, man. This shit's crazy to me. I don't know. This is nuts.
Okay, all right. So to the question of that prenup shit, right? I'm calling bullshit, but I'm calling Stack 5 bullshit.
Oh shit. Okay.
Stack, if this comes across your radar, this is not an indictment of you. This is respect to you. I'm saying that because if you're aware of Stephen Jackson's situation and him going to the altar and not getting married, like, he walked away from the altar that day because his soon to be, his fiance wouldn't sign the prenup.
Oh yes.
It's something that he said, because I didn't know this. I've never been in a position to know, because I never got engaged, so I wouldn't know. But he said when you get a prenup, both parties have to sit down and agree on the terms that's in the prenup.
Yes.
So if that's the case for every prenup, then I'm calling Stack 5 bullshit on what Jeannie said.
Oh,
how the fuck you didn't have enough time to read it? You knew what was in it. You signed it and got married.
You know enough what's in it. It's an ass that I don't enforce it.
Let's take the bullshit off. Let's take that off. Let's take you knew what was in it off, because we don't know. But you signed it and got married. You gotta eat that, man. You gotta eat that. You gotta eat that. Like, what kind of duress can you prove? He gave it to me 5 days before the wedding. Next time, say 5 minutes, and I might be with you.
Yeah, I'm still not gonna be with you because you still signed it.
Like I said I might be with you, and that's only because you didn't, motherfucker, just say, okay, you know what? Everybody's here. Yeah, I need an hour. I need an hour in a phone.
Yeah. Shit, your attorney probably there. Just go in the back. Talk that shit out. Talk that shit out. What the fuck, yo?
Come on, man. What the fuck are we talking about here?
I can't stop laughing when I think about this shit, bro, because I'm just like, you know what it remind me of?
What's that?
It remind me of, like, when you was young, and you know that you're not supposed to do something. Even if it wasn't said to you that you shouldn't do it, you knew you wasn't supposed to do it. But when you do it and you get caught, your first response is, on some Dave Chappelle shit, I didn't know I couldn't do that. No, you knew. You knew, but you chose to do it. So I feel like you were completely aware of what was happening. You chose to go along with it. And because things didn't turn out the way you wanted, and now you feel like you're not going to come out of this situation up, now it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? But Jeezy, smart. I've always thought he was an intelligent brother. So smart man. I don't give a fuck about none of this. Please don't. No, fuck that. You signed it. It's a legally binding document, and we going by this, not by what your heart is telling you, not by whatever your emotional brain is telling you. Fuck all of that. What's on the paper? You signed it. I signed it. That's all it is. It can't be nothing else. We're not negotiating this. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You signed it. Time to read, not read, comprehend, not comprehend, be damned. That's on you. You signed it before you comprehended what was going on. That's your problem, not mine. Sorry. Sucks to be you. That sucks to be you.
I just wonder how, like, I don't know. How does this even make it to TMZ? Like I don't get. And it's probably a pay grade thing. I get it.
It's gotta be. It's got to be.
I get it. It's probably pay grade.
Oh my God, yo.
Because I know the pay grade that I'm in, I have things going on that you motherfuckers don't understand either. Well, your man, nah, I'm joking. But I'm just saying, like, I don't get how you just feel you could do that. Like, oh yeah. And if I read it correctly, she didn't ask for that to get honored. She said it needs to get postponed.
Yes. Yes. But why?
So that means, what does that mean? Like what does that mean? Like, so
to win. What the fuck?
not now. But later. Now, if we're gonna do this later, I mean, so what happens in the meantime?
That part.
Do they still live together?
Yeah.
Because the last I heard about them, they was living together still, because it just was what it was.
No doubt.
You know, different sides of the house shit or whatever. Okay, whatever. But is that what she's talking about? Like, I don't understand, like, what the point is. Like, what do you expect to get? Like, are you asking for still full spousal support as if you were married? Is that what she's saying?
You better get your ass back on that TV, girl. Leave me alone.
Oh, she's not on TV?
No, I was just saying, like, she might need to do some commercials or something, yo. Like.
Let's get. So she's not on TV.
I think the show's still on. I think they still on. Yeah, I just don't watch it, so I don't know. Yeah, I just don't watch it. But yeah,
she's not on there.
Is she still on that show?
I have no idea. I've never seen it.
I think all I seen was a clip of it on something else, but I don't. Yeah, I don't watch that shit. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing for me. The only way that I give any credence to delaying the inevitable was if there was any potential hope that you could reconcile the relationship. You know what I'm saying? If there was some hope for that, then of course, pump the brakes on everything. Let's see what we can do. You know what I'm saying? But they said, both of them have stated that the marriage is, in their words, irretrievable. Can't bring it back. It's a wrap. So now that is the case, if there's no chance of fixing the relationship at all, then what the fuck are we talking about? Let's get this done and get the fuck out of each other's way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand what we're doing. Like, this is crazy to me. So, thoughts and prayers. I hope everything works out okay. But God, that shit is fucking crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's weird shit. You know what else is weird to me? I'm gonna tell you what else is weird. And you know me well enough to know you should have known that I was gonna find this weird. I find it weird that niggas that have you ever watched any of those YouTube videos about when people disrespected Michael Jordan and then what happened in the aftermath of that? I mean, I know we was around to actually see Jordan play.
Okay. I've seen a couple. I don't watch them because I don't be giving a like. I hate watching clips of shit.
I feel it.
Because again, the editor in me realizes you're making a story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So like, I just don't like watching clips. So like, I don't watch a lot of those. Like, I watch mixtapes. Like, I watch the mixtapes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Hell yeah. Nah, I was asking that though because
strictly mixtape. But yeah, I don't get into that.
Strictly.
I don't get into that
other shit. But I watched one because I watch Kobe highlights sometime when I'm writing. I won't even have the volume up on the TV. I'll just have it playing on the TV. But that particular day, the video I was watching ended, and the next video that came on was 6 times somebody disrespected Michael Jordan and the outcome. You know what I'm saying? And every time they tried to play his face, and in the end, Michael Jordan just went bonkers on their ass. So it makes me wonder why someone who is clearly not in the same lane, like not necessarily not in the same lane, but we in the same lane, but the quality of our cars is not the same. You know what I'm saying? I got 200 on the dash. You barely breaking 100. We ain't playing the same game. Jim Jones, I respect your ability to make albums. I really do. Like, as far as making albums go, like literally putting an album together, it ain't a whole lot of people fucking with you in that arena at all. You're really good at it. So is Rick Ross. Like, I applaud niggas for what they do well. And I honestly think that in the last 10 years, he's probably made more music out of that Dipset crew that I like than anybody else. I won't say 10, maybe it's 5 to 7, whatever.
No, you got it right. Probably 10.
Probably 10. I'll keep, it's 2024, yeah, probably 10.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. But Jim, I want to be clear about something, bro. You make great songs at times, good to great songs most of the time. But there's no universe. There's no universe that exists where your pen scares a nigga. I can't imagine a universe where your pen scares niggas. I'm saying this for a very specific reason. Jim Jones recently issued a challenge to niggas from his era, and I think Jim's era, he considered his era to be early 2K to now, like 2003 to now. He issued a challenge to anybody from his era. He said he want all the smoke, $100,000. We can go in the same studio, and get it popping. Now, the thing that I had a problem with this was I don't understand if you're talking about let's make songs, and see who make the better record, or are we like literally going at each other, or like
Okay, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because I was about to get at you on my flip shit. I was about to get at you. But go ahead.
But yeah, so I'm not certain what he's standing on with that. If you're talking about making records,
yeah,
you gonna make a better record than a lot of niggas. Like you know how to do that.
But that's what he's talking about. He made this challenge in the past. It just wasn't a dollar amount on it.
Okay, so yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like he said, like, let's get in the studio, whoever comes out with the best record. Like that's all he's saying. I don't think he's deviated. He didn't say I'm going to punch you to death. I'm, who want these bars? He never said that. He said, let's get in the studio. When he said get in the studio, that's what he means. Let's make some songs. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm thinking, who the niggas from his era? Let's think about that. Who we consider in his era? Because I mean, Fab came out in 01. That's close. I could see him making a better record than Fab. Fab raps better, but I could see that happening. You know what I'm saying? It's possible. It's possible. He could definitely do it. I don't. Who else is in it? But Joe don't rap no more.
I think the problem here, right? And again, another reason why I applauded you for even bringing up, like you said, what the caveats could be of what the battle is about, is because again, like I'm seeing a gang of motherfuckers say, "Oh, Jim, you can't do this. Other locks beat you in the verses." I'm like, do you niggas listen to what the fuck is being said? Like, he never said he rap better than niggas. Never. He's never said that. And he's never stood on that. But he's still on that music he made. You know what I'm saying? So like, what the fuck, man? Like, God, like I feel like dude, the Asian dude, I'm a fan. I forget the IG. What the fuck, man? Like that guy. You know what I'm talking about?
I seen a clip to it before.
What the fuck, man? Like I love that dude. I follow them shit, man. He's funny. What the fuck, man? Fuck, man, shit, man. Like y'all catching what he's saying. He's saying get in the booth. Like now, knowing Jim, he probably got an album coming soon.
No doubt.
You know, that's why he's doing this. You know what I'm saying? But again, like to your point, Jim makes good music, man. Like motherfuckers need to get out their hate, man. Fuck that. The nigga make good music, man. He do.
He does. He definitely does. Yeah.
You know, people like, oh man, he can't rap. Like Jim is stuck in a weird pocket for niggas.
Yes.
He's stuck in a weird pocket for niggas, and it's not his fault. You know what I'm saying? It's like motherfuckers are like, oh well, you came up with Cam, so you Dipset. I don't fuck with Dipset. You got those people,
right?
Then you got the rap purists who Jim Jones can't rap, da 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 da. And I'm like, I promise you, and maybe it's just me and just the things I like, you know. But again, there's a freestyle from the 90s, late 90s. Cameron is a video. Cameron is in the studio. He's spitting over the losing weight beat. He's spitting a random verse over the losing weight beat. Who goes in after him and bodies it? Go back and watch it. Go back and watch it.
Oh yeah.
Bodied the shit. This is, if I'm not mistaken, Perm Jim.
Oh yeah.
Skinny Jim. He was, you know what I'm saying? Like the nigga said, Mace taught me to rap. Y'all just don't like what he say. Y'all don't like, I think they don't like how he sound. I think they don't like how he sound.
That could be it too.
Like to me, he has a very, it's deep, but it's nasal at the same time. I don't really know how to describe his voice. You know what I'm saying? But if anything, yeah, like, you know, if anything, I just feel like people don't like how he sound. Like, y'all niggas ain't gonna sit here liking all these other motherfuckers who make weaker shit than he does and tell me you don't like this. Y'all can't tell me that, man. Like, that shit is just weird to me.
I feel it.
But that's just me.
Now you got me thinking about why I'm not a Jim Jones fan. I can't, because I know he makes good records. Like, that's clear. You know what I'm saying? And I'm smart enough to hear it and be like, yeah, that's a dope song. You know what I'm saying? I kind of put him and Rick Ross exist in the same space for me. I know they make great songs. They make great songs. They make great commercial records. I just don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want to hear it. But like, I get it. Like, I understand that. Like, if I get in the car and somebody say I'm about to turn this Jim Jones album on, I'm not gonna be like, nah, don't play that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some niggas that you could say their name that I'd be like, nah, don't. If you turn that shit on, let me out the car, bro. Like, what the fuck? I don't want nothing to do with that. Matter of fact, funny story. I was going when I first moved out here. It was a show in Bellingham that we was going to. So we was driving up the highway on I-5, and I gave my man the aux, and he starts playing a Little Yachty song.
Okay.
I'm on I-5 going 80 plus miles per hour, bro, in the far left lane. No. I was in the right lane. As soon as the song came on, it got about 45 seconds in. I went all the way across every lane of traffic to the fucking shoulder, stopped the car, and told him to get out. I said, you gotta get out of my car. He said, but why? I said, if you let 2 more seconds of that bullshit play, you gotta get the fuck out of my car. Right here. Now, mind you, we left from Tacoma going to Bellingham. Bellingham is like 2.5 hours from here. We was in like Marysville, right in the middle, right by Everett. And I was like, bro, turn it off and you gotta get out of my car. I don't want nobody to take that the wrong way. I respect every nigga doing what they doing. You putting the work in, you grinding, you hustling, do your thing. But I don't want to hear that shit. I don't got no time for it. My brain don't want to process that bullshit y'all making. I don't give a fuck about it, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just keep it 1,000. I do not care. So I don't want to hear it. Ever. I don't ever want to hear it. Not by accident, not while I'm shopping at Target. That's a whole different topic. But yeah, I don't want to hear that shit. So yeah, I feel it. But yeah, I respect Jim, and I think it's a challenge that I would like to see some niggas take to see how it come out. Especially the nigga I just named.
Let me ask you a question. Because you just brought up the big thing, money, right?
No doubt.
Nobody accepted the challenge. If Jim's so weak, wouldn't that be an easy 100 grand?
Yeah.
It ain't that easy, is it?
The niggas that know. Niggas that know.
Like, you know, like, this ain't even pocket watching. Like, fuck, can you afford the 100 grand? If you feel you could beat him, you'll get that 100 grand to bring to the table.
You feel me? Yeah. Real shit. And man, it's some niggas.
Take that child. Take it. I want to see one person take it.
No doubt. You know what? While we talking about this, I heard something last night, just randomly. Pardon me. I was watching a Joe Budden Patreon episode, and when it went off, the next thing that came on was, what was the brother's name? I think his name is Sky or some shit. He was on a podcast. I think they was on No Jumper or some shit like that. I can't remember. I think it's No Jumper. Yeah. And so they was talking, and apparently, you know, Joe said some disparaging things about what they doing over there. You know, Pod Wars, whatever. And so the guy gets on and he says, Joe Budden, as a rapper, not as a podcast, as a rapper, he said Joe Budden is trash. He, compared to other lyrical rappers of his time, he's trash. And I was like, what? One of the co-hosts that he was saying, you can't name some dope Budden music. And he was like, man, move music 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he's just going on. He was like, and this is how you knew the conversation had no validity. The gentleman who started the bullshit saying Budden was trash said, Look at you making up shit. They ain't no Mood Music 2, 3, 4. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Gotcha. Okay. You're responding emotionally right now. I got it. I only bring this up because if he was still making music, I think Joe would jump at this shit. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the nigga that he is. But like, I personally have a problem with how people view his legacy as an MC because he's one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying top 5 favorite, but I love it. I love him as an MC. How do you feel about people who give opinions, such strong opinions on hip hop, especially on lyricism, and then as they continue to talk, it kind of becomes clear that, oh, you really don't know what's happening here. You don't get it at all. Like you're responding emotionally because he says something about you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that you actually know to him to be trash. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. That shit is hella disrespectful, in my opinion. As an MC, I take offense to that. So I don't know.
I don't think you should take offense to it. I don't. I don't. I understand motherfuckers is gonna have their opinions and they gonna come about them how they come about them, whether or not they're researched or not. You ran into a person who's not researched. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have known about all of them shits and still felt the same way. Like I know people like that. Like again, like like that. Like, but like the shit is wild. Like I know, like, and I brought him up because he don't like Joe Budden because he said that Joe Budden was bitching too much in his songs. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Okay.
I mean, you know, hey, do me a favor. Do me a favor.
Yes.
Remember this part of the video and mute that name out.
I got you. I got you.
Because what I'm about to say is crazy. Because oh wow, you just watching it. You're watching an epiphany happen. Okay, so I was just saying earlier about black men not knowing how to communicate.
Right.
He is a person who can tell you how he feels, but doesn't know how to communicate it very well.
Mm.
And so what I realized a lot of times is when you run into a guy, you hear a guy like a Joe Budden, and you may do the same things. You rap. You can't put that on paper because you don't even know how to voice it out loud. You bitching too much. No, you need to learn how to open up. You can't appreciate why that's dope. Because you've been whatever it is, how you were raised or how you was trained, or how you were taught, you're currently at a position where you don't talk about things like that. So you feel like rap shouldn't have that either.
Hell yeah.
And I know so many people who, and I'm not calling him the tough guy because he doesn't move like that. You know, I'm not saying like that, but I know a lot of niggas who I only listen to rap with drums in it. It's got to be hard drums. Like the beat got to make me do this, or I don't like it. It's like, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. I have a myriad of emotions, big range of them. Everybody does. So I fuck with a motherfucker who can touch on some of the emotions I had. Damn, how you said that was ill. How you said that was ill. You know what I mean? So like, so I appreciate that. And to me, I thought he was dope any fucking way. Like I really just, if you like rappers,
Yeah.
you like rappers, like how do you not like this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like he give you tough guy bars, stick up nigga bars, in every range of emotion when it comes to women, myself. I feel inadequate.
Kids.
I don't, you know yeah, you know, it's
all
of
that
shit, baby mama shit. You know what I'm saying? All these bitches. I'm broke. You know what I mean? All of that shit.
This nigga had a brief little back and forth with his son when his son started rapping because his son took a shot at him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so even says it's funny to me that it bothers you when he calls people brokies. It's funny to me that it bothers you because we know that he's come from the broke aspect. He gave that to you. You know, so it's sarcasm in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't mean that shit. It's straight sarcasm. Like the nigga's he's an asshole on purpose.
No doubt. No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm just saying, just bring all that shit up to say, like, you know what I mean? Like, I thought subject matter wise, he was complete.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So like I you know, if but again, I grew up in households where I was allowed to sit around the elders while they spoke.
Yeah, they didn't run you out the room. I feel you. Yeah,
nah, they didn't run me out the room. Nowhere to go. Crib was only this big. The fuck?
You know
what I'm saying? You can't go nowhere.
Real
shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, so I'm right there at the table. You know, I'm the only kid around. So there's always adults. And they had these conversations. So like I'm used to hearing adult conversation. So when a nigga giving you that shit on a record, oh wow, this is what's up. You know?
Oh, that's
like, this kind of cool to me. The whereas other motherfuckers, they just can't open their mind to it, you know?
Nah, because they too scared. I think a lot of that shit be niggas is afraid they gonna hear something to make them realize something about themselves that they don't want to face. You know what I'm saying?
So.
I think that's a part of it. Yeah, I think that's a part of it. Like when you don't want to. Okay, so case in point, I know a guy who, for a very long time, wouldn't listen to DMX, and he didn't listen to DMX because he was like, I don't understand why he's barking. I don't understand the aggression. Blah 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 blah. And this guy is a typically very laid back gentleman. You know what I'm saying? So one day it was like right after Flesh of My Flesh came out. I sat him down in the room. I said, listen, bro, this is what we're gonna do. Me and you, we can ready to take a journey. We're gonna listen to As Dark as Hell Is Hot. The new album just came out like 2 days ago. We're gonna listen to As Dark as Hell Is Hot, and then we're gonna listen to the new album. And when we get done, I want you to explain to me why you don't like this, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because I personally think because of how your mind operates, you should. You know what I'm saying? So we get in the room, we roll up, we smoking, playing DMX, and we get halfway through the first album, and this nigga just bursts out crying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I'm a fairly young man at the time, and my initial response in my head was like, the fuck you bitching for, nigga? We ain't even got halfway through the album yet. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he didn't listen to it, because he knew you was gonna do that.
But I ain't saying it out loud because I realized that the response would have been further.
I'm just saying he knew. Yeah, he knew.
Yeah, so like, and finally, I didn't ask him shit. I let it ride all the way through both albums. And then finally, it's a couple times throughout the course of both albums that he would just, cry. Sometimes really hard, sometimes really quiet, slow tears rolling down his face. So we finally get to the end, and I was like, now, bro, listen, I need you to tell me something because I saw you go from I saw you go everywhere in the course of listening to these two albums. Why don't you listen to this dude? He was like, that's exactly why I don't like him. He was like, the part of the me that that you've met since college, very laid back, calm, cool, collected guy. I wasn't always this person.
Mm-hmm.
He reminds me of who I used to be.
Gotcha.
and at times reminds me of where I'm trying not to go.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think about it, it makes me emotional. Therefore, I avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, I get it. I understand now why most of the music you listen to is substantively shallow. It doesn't go deep. You know what I'm saying? You like head nod, like you said, nigga, head nod. You know what I'm saying? I want to just dance in the club, have a good time. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to think about nothing. Suffice it to say, he became a very low key, behind closed doors DMX fan after that. You know what I'm saying? He would listen to DMX at home by himself. You know what I'm saying? Well, around me, but like, yeah. He still never to this day hasn't embraced hip hop that goes beyond the surface. You know what I'm saying? If y'all didn't see the Slaughterhouse freestyle on BET, and I'm not talking about the one where they was in the warehouse with all of them passing the mic. I'm talking about when they were outside at the bridge, at the waterfront. I think Crooked Eye was in a garage, a mechanic's garage or some shit. Joe Budden's verse in that particular freestyle, everybody else was barring out, going crazy. Joe dropped bars, but he was talking about, dog, I don't even want to be here. My grandfather's dying. Like, this ain't where I want to be. And they know this, but these motherfuckers like, nah, you got to show up and rap. So here I am. Okay, verse done. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? And just watching him do that, I was like, yo, I know everybody in this group. They're all humans. They got shit going on. But niggas chose to stick to the script and just rap. You know what I'm saying? But Joe was like, nah. Joe never been the one to just rap. Like, yo, I'm about to tell you how bad I don't want to be here and why. Because I'm sure you see it on my face. So I'm gonna explain it to you right now. Yeah, man. I big love for that dude as an MC. You know what I'm saying? Even as a podcaster, even with your brokies bullshit. Yeah, we good. We good. Them niggas. Yo, that shit is wild, bro. I'm just, I just think that people sometimes need to accept that there are other options besides what you're accustomed to. You know what I'm saying? And be willing to explore that, like genuinely explore it.
Well, that's the thing right there. Like I think. I mean, and again, like I mean, we all got our things that we just close minded to. You know what I'm saying? Like I have the musically. You know, even though I give motherfuckers a shot. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have listened to that whole album in that car. I wouldn't have pulled over. But the reason being too though is I actually like again like I'm a person who I don't have to be a fan of an artist to watch the interviews. Like
No doubt.
I am genuinely interested in how a lot of people think, and I like how Yachty thinks.
Oh yeah, I dig his
I like
interviews for sure.
I like how he thinks. You know what I'm saying? So like I will listen to the music. I've listened to I think every Yachty project that's ever come out once. But again, like I said, I've listened. I'm not saying like walk around listening because I'm just not a fan like that. I just want to hear what came out of the thought process. That's it. You know what
I
I'm saying?
feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Like I'm not a Migos fan. I've heard every Migos out.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? Like
you
again,
are. Yeah.
like hearing these guys, speak, it's like, okay, all right, you know what I mean? And then just with what they do, it's like, okay, let me see. Now, of course, I get some songs that I like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not a Migos fan, you know. Now, with that being said, I've only listened to 2 Drake albums.
Okay. You mind if I ask which two?
Um, I listened to I don't know the names of these shits. I listened to the one with the cartoon drawing of his face. It
Oh,
looked like it looked like he in the sky. I listened to that one.
oh yeah. Nothing was the same. Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Yeah.
uh, and I listened to I think maybe his very first
I was about to say I think most people probably heard the first one because it was just
one.
kind of
Right.
like.
See, I didn't hear that shit until like last year. Again, like I don't give a fuck to follow what it's like. So again, like I said, I like how people think. I've never really heard a Drake interview, or I mean, I know he's done a few, but I've never heard, or if I did, I didn't hear anything in the interview that I thought was mind blowing. I didn't see like this mind that I was interested in. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't go check it.
It's funny you say that. I was just thinking to myself, it's weird to me that Button and Drake have the issues they
Oh,
have.
whoa, I'm sorry. So that's why I could listen to 21 Savage.
Yeah, no doubt. 21 Savage's new album is actually pretty good.
I
It's
haven't
actually
heard it
pretty
yet.
good.
I plan on listening only because I'm trying to get my own workout right now. I'm not really trying to listen to a lot of other people's shit, but that's why I like how he think.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
I like how he think. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know a million niggas like him who really just need an outlet.
Yes,
They smart niggas. They just
yes.
wild. They just wild as shit. They just in the environment, so they surviving. But they smart dudes. You know what I'm saying? So again, my fault. But you said Drake
Oh
and
no, yeah, you're right. And I think I find it. I was just gonna say I find it odd that Drake and Button, because to me, a lot of this pseudo emotional shit that Drake be saying is like Joe Budden light to me. You know what I'm saying? Like if there was a diet version of Joe Budden, it's incorporated in the Drake style. Um,
yeah, yeah,
because the only time he really gets vulnerable is when he's talking about relationships with women. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And but I think that's by design. So at the end of the day, This really has nothing to do with him. It had I mean, in a way, it does, only because you can see the influence that Joe Budden had on a lot of people that came after him, even if they won't admit it. Um,
Drake
but
admitted,
Drake openly admitted it. Yeah,
yeah, he admitted it
yeah, he openly admitted it. So I mean,
in a conversation with Joe Budden. It's on video. So I'm saying,
absolutely,
I mean, we know what Drake is doing. All he's doing is just playing like, look, I'm at the top of the mountain. I ain't even really got to fuck with y'all. That's all that is. You know what I'm
pretty
saying?
much.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, you could tell it got to him because he came back and rapped after that.
You know what? I'm wondering, and I'm about to get off Budden right now, but like I'm just wondering because in some of the things that he says and some of the things that I've seen him do recently, I feel like he's itching to rap again. Um, and I feel like it's coming. We're not going to see it coming. It's just going to happen. But I think it's coming. I don't know if it's going to be full blown album Joe, if it's going to be, I just feel like dropping a song Joe. I don't know. But I feel like I won't be surprised if in the next year we don't get new Joe Budden music. I won't be surprised at all. Um, yeah. Oh shit. Speaking of music, I'm looking forward to this new Benny album. I know it ain't out yet. It's dropping like 5 days, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So
Ron is dope.
Bron is crazy. Oh my
Ron
God.
is dope.
Oh my God, he went stupid.
Ron is dope.
I
And
like that
I like
he
the record
changed
with
it
him
up.
and Wayne. Is that bro?
Mm.
That's not the name. What's the name of the record with him and Wayne?
Him and Wayne John was damn. I'm glad you just said that too, because I need to add that to something.
Big Dog.
That's
Big
it.
Dog.
Yes,
Big
yes,
Dog.
yes.
Big
I
Dog.
need to add that to something while I'm at it. Hell yeah.
I'm a
Big Dog, yeah.
dog. A long way from that brick of fan and all. Yeah, that's my shit. Yeah. Big
And
Dog.
you know, I got to give Wayne his props, man. I'm not a big Lil Wayne fan, and I can admit that openly. I don't, you know what I'm saying. I hope nobody take offense to that. I'm just not a fan. But here lately, Wayne has been doing some incredible rapping. You know, like he's been rapping his ass off lately. So like, you know what I'm saying? It's a couple times I heard him and people was like, "Oh, it was so amazing," and I was like, "Yeah, it was okay." And but then like sometimes a couple of these times I heard him and I was like, "Yo, okay,
I have a
okay,
question.
Wayne, I hear you."
I have a question. Because I think this is what happened to me.
Okay.
Do you think this ain't gonna go the way it's gonna go because I'm asking your ass? Do you think that you would have been more receptive to Wayne over different music earlier in his career?
No, because I like Manny Fresh. So I like Manny Fresh. I like the way he.
I called it. This definitely didn't go how I thought it was gonna go, but I didn't expect you to say that part.
Yeah, I like Manny. Yeah, I like Manny Fresh. So like I always thought Manny's production was cool. Like I just didn't necessarily like the rappers. I thought I like yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so let me clarify though. I'm not saying it because I think Manny Fresh is not a good producer. That's not what I meant. What I'm saying is just still, Wayne is Wayne, obviously because of how he spits.
Right.
And he's really, I mean, if you think about what he does, it's more in our lane of spit.
Absolutely.
So that's why I asked, like, so what if the beats were more boom bappish? Do you think? You know what I mean? Because again, like it's all right. So like much like you, within the past 10 years, I've been getting on the Wayne train. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm more open to him because I actually think he's dope. Now me riding around listening to him, that might be something else. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's dope. I think Wayne is dope as shit. And actually, like a lot of the times I'm just sitting there like I get why these motherfuckers like this nigga, because like he raps to their ADD. He's all over the place.
Yes.
He's all over the place. But he says some of the illest shit. He says some ill shit, bro. Like, and it's just like, damn, like you really thought of that? And you consistently think of wild shit like this over and over and over and over and over. That's impressive to me. So like I feel like if he was on different beats back in the day, I probably would have been a fan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a fan, like knowing his shit. You know? Because like, all right, so to that point, I don't know if you recall me saying this, like, because I know Wayne, I think Wayne was doing this at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been a fan of mixtapes with artists using other people's beats. I've never been a fan of that.
Oh yeah, he went crazy with that at a point. Yeah,
right. So that's another reason why I wouldn't listen.
So you weren't heavy on the G Unit tapes back in the day.
Different because they wasn't just rapping on those. They made songs out of them.
Whole new songs, yeah, no doubt.
They made whole new songs. Like that's what was different for me. Like they hooks, whole shit. Like it's niggas is singing the fuck out of this shit.
No doubt. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like they making actual songs out of this shit. So like that was a little bit better for me. Like other than shit was just niggas just, and 50 didn't do this either though. So the majority of these niggas took whatever the hottest beat at the moment was and rapped over. I didn't like that. 50 didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like all the time. Like he'll take an R&B record and redo it.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different for
me.
Yeah, it's a little different for me. You know?
Yeah.
He actually made songs out of it. It just wasn't him over a beat and rapping over.
No doubt. Okay. Hell yeah. That's definitely a difference. Yeah. I don't really like Wayne's voice, so that kind of irks, that kind of bugs me a little bit. The other thing is, and it happens with almost every punchline heavy rapper that I know. Like even with like Lord Finesse, as much as I love him, much as I love Big L, guys that rely heavily on punchlines, like sometimes it becomes overkill, and some of the punchlines just don't connect because you just overdone it at this point, and it's like you couldn't even think of nothing cool to go with that, could you? Like that's just a filler. Like I get it. Just okay, whatever, dog. But that's why I stopped relying so heavily on punchlines when I rap. Like now I'll put one every so often there'll be a punch, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of times had to learn how to build verses without relying too heavily on the punch. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, that style gets tiresome really quickly. Like, so that's why I couldn't listen to Wayne for any extended amount of time because I'll get tired of hearing you do this trick over and over again. Okay, I'll come back and listen to more later, but right now I can't keep doing this. I think he's an incredible rapper. I think he's an incredible rapper. Like a lot of people from our class, and especially East Coast cats, I've heard people like literally shit on him. You know what I'm saying? But oh man, he's trash. Da da da. Like nah, if you think he's trash, you ain't listening, or you don't like hip hop as much as you say you do. This motherfucker rap his ass off. I will never be able to take that from him. The only thing that's kept me from being all the way dialed in with Wayne is the voice for one. Then of course you know me. So when the ghostwriter accusation started popping up, that was rough. Again, it's just it's the over reliance on the punchlines and like the topical, like there's not a wide variety of things that Wayne talks about. So it's just like, I mean, it is, but it ain't. Like you said, his brain is all over the place. But there's a reason why I'll listen to, as much as I despise his flow most of the time, why I'll listen to Immortal Technique before I listen to Wayne. There's a reason for it because what Immortal Technique is talking about, I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? With Wayne, I can listen to Wayne. Like if I'm taking a short trip on the highway real quick, like say if I'm leaving Tacoma and I'm going to like Fife, but it's only gonna take me like 10 minutes to get there, 10 to 15 minutes to get there, I might throw a couple Wayne songs on and let him rock. His energy is high. You know what I'm saying? He sounds like he's having a fucking ball most of the time. So I'm like, why would I not want that energy in my life? Sure, why not? But I don't run to type Lil Wayne in the search bar on Spotify when I go listen to music. Yeah, I don't know. I fuck with him though. I fuck with him. Way more now than I used to. So yeah, I fuck with him. I love Manny Fresh though. Always have. Yeah, I always thought Manny's sound was dope. I just didn't necessarily like. I'm not a big fan of affluence rap. I'm not a big fan of it. Like, I understand you got money. You can stop telling me now. I get it. Okay, can we talk about something else? Thanks. So that Cash Money turned me off with that in the beginning. It was only when I dug deeper into people like Juvenile's album when I heard the other songs where it wasn't just that. And then when I started listening to more BG music and heard songs where it wasn't just that. And that was when I started paying a little more attention. Like, but yeah, I hate opulence rap. That's what I call it most of the time. I hate opulence rap for the most part. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Stop telling me how much money you got, because all you making me think about is how quick I can get you to come up off that wallet. That's all I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Our brains don't work the same. So that. That's all. You know what I mean? What the fuck? Oh, yeah. That is I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do it. I wouldn't be me if I didn't do this. All right. What is this, January? So we got like 10 months until they start doing this silly election thing again. I'm only even saying something about this because I think that what is being proposed to people and what has been historically given to the people is some bullshit. And I just saw something recently to let me know that they're invested in keeping it that way. And there's a very good reason for it. We all know that. I'm going to read it directly from the article because I don't want to fuck this up. Biden campaign dismisses third party and no labels threat in 2024. Voters won't be fooled. A top aide also said they have a formula to address voters' age concerns. Now, voters' age concerns directly is tied to how old Joe Biden is. This is a direct quote from Biden's campaign principal deputy manager, Quentin Folks. He says, at the end of the day, there are only going to be two parties that have an ability to get to 270 electoral votes, and that's going to be Joe Biden as the Democratic nominee and whoever emerges from the extreme Republican primary that's going on right now. So, look, we're going to stay focused on the issues and make this about freedom and democracy. Don't get me started. The Americans that have the most at stake understand that, and they're not going to be fooled by anything else. Well, Mr. Folk.
Keep reading it. Keep reading it. Don't do that. Keep reading it. Keep reading it.
Okay.
Because it's more to that.
No doubt. The Biden campaign's projected confidence comes as Democratic Representative Dean Phillips of Minnesota, who is mounting a long shot primary challenge against the president, recently said for the first time that he would consider accepting No Labels nomination if the election becomes a rematch between Biden and former President Donald Trump, and it looks like Biden was almost certain to lose.
Right.
Oh, God. That's a reversal for Phillips, who had said that if he loses in the Democratic primary, he would support Biden. No Labels is a group that is fielding a possible bipartisan unity third-party ticket. Ooh, yeah. Now, this is where it gets interesting. While folks said Sunday that third-party groups do not pose a major risk of spoiling Biden's campaign, Biden himself said last fall that the group would help the other guy in reference to Trump. Okay. Let me ask you this. What is your take on third parties outside of the present bipartisan system? And I don't know, just that in and of itself. What's your thought?
I have to kind of use like part of what was said in the article in my answer. So,
okay.
The very last part where he said, like, our party will end up helping the other guy. That's his way of saying we'll end up taking votes from our side, and then we're going to split our votes. So we're going to even have fewer votes to combat the ops. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only way I take that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how they say it. I mean,
No doubt.
And that goes into that 270 electoral votes statement that folks made, right? So the fucked up thing about it is this: because we have a bipartisan system and because it's set up with electoral votes, they're absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? Like they're right. Again, for me, the problem is this. the best way for me to answer that question, I guess, is this. I don't like the electoral college situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. Because you give more weight to other states than others.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that swings a state, and then that's like to me, it should just count the votes up, man. Just count the votes up. Period. Just count the votes up and leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. So whether or not we got 2 parties or 8, it doesn't matter to me. Like the way we do it is just fucked up. You know, so like the entire situation. So what with the electoral votes? Until they change that, we're gonna always have these issues.
That's real shit.
Always have it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, have 1 party, 2 party, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You still got to vote for motherfuckers. So if you got 1 person running against 1 person, you have more than 2 people who want that position. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why, like, you know, like, so within the parties, like, you know, even what old boy saying, he's like, I would run as a member of another party if it's shown that Biden is gonna lose. So I'm saying I support Biden. I want him to win. But if it looks like he can't win, then I'm gonna jump in it because I might be able to beat the other motherfucker. But unfortunately, because of how shit is set up, you're now gonna split votes amongst everybody who wants to beat that person.
Absolutely. I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? So neither one of these people has an opportunity to beat them because you're splitting the numbers.
I feel
you know what I'm saying? So you know, get rid of electoral college. Get rid of that. And once you get into that 2-party shit, I mean, what the fuck, man? You know, what the fuck, man? Like, I don't know.
What the fuck, man? Oh God, yo, I feel you. Yeah, okay. I equate this to the XFL. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the NFL is great, cool. Yeah, you know, everybody's favorite teams are in the NFL. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's your team. But if you really say you love football, when the NFL season's over, you can still watch football in Canada and here. However, people turn a blind eye to the XFL and the Canadian Football League because it's not the NFL. The quality of play ain't that different. Most of these guys probably should be in the NFL. Just ain't enough roster spots. Or were, exactly.
Yeah.
Just ain't enough roster spots. Somebody younger, faster, stronger came and took their job. It is what it is. Cheaper. It happens all the time.
Cheaper.
Cheaper, absolutely. The bottom line always matters. So I look at politics the same way. You have the Democrats and the Republicans, and this is the show that's been running for the longest time. It's the biggest show in town when it comes to politics. Democrats versus Republicans. So when you have libertarians, Green Party, all these other people coming to the fold, essentially what ends up happening is exactly what you said. 9 times out of 10, these people are more tilted to the Democratic side. So therefore, any votes that they get generally come from people who would have voted Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Cool. Here's my problem. My problem is that America has been so invested in keeping this bipartisan system that they didn't give people free range to accept any of these third parties. It has always been a point of trying to keep them on the cusp as opposed to actually allowing them to come to the party. It's like you go to a party and it's like there's an outdoor patio and it's cool that you're out there on the patio, but the real party's happening inside, but you can't get in there. You know what I'm saying? So you're outside having a little drink, maybe smoking, chilling with some people who are a part of the party, but they can go in when they're done talking to you. You got to stay on the patio. So you're at the party, but not part of the party. That's how I see third party politics in America right now. You're on the outside looking in, and it'll stay that way as long as people can be convinced that these are the only 2 parties that hold weight and they can get to the point. If you take away the electoral college, that in and of itself gives third party institutions a greater opportunity.
Right.
That alone will give them a better chance. But they won't do that. Because let's think about some of the states involved in the electoral college with the votes that they count, like Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10, like I haven't spent an extensive amount of time in Iowa, but I've been there. I have a feeling most of the time that I know which way that vote's going.
I'm glad you brought
And
that
it
up.
usually does.
I'm glad you brought that up because somebody said something to me, and I don't know how true it is because I didn't read back into it.
Mm-hmm.
But like the caucus, the Iowa caucus, which is what you're referring to,
Mm-hmm.
and Trump's dominance of the Iowa caucus, is that what we have to understand is that's really only a minor percentage of the state.
Yes.
Like all he dominated was the actual caucus event,
Mm-hmm.
not the entire Iowa. Now I don't know if that's right, but that's the explanation I got. So it's not like everybody in Iowa went to the polls and voted.
Right.
It was just the people who are in this building for the caucus, and all the votes went that way. Not that that's not indicative of the people, like how you said, like you've never been to Iowa, but you know what it is.
Yeah. I mean, and if you think about something, I mean, Texas is involved with that. Texas has been Republican for as long as I can think. You know what I'm saying? So there have been instances that we've seen in recent history where someone won the popular vote but didn't win the electoral college and therefore did not win the election.
Right.
As a matter of fact, in one of George W. Bush's first election, he did not win the popular vote, but he did win the electoral college, and that was how he got in. Now, of course, there's still a lot of back and forth about the validity of his winning, but ancient history at this point. I mean, ain't shit you can do about it. It's done. But yeah, I do feel that there's a necessity for people to look outside of the norm. When we say think outside of the box, it's not just think outside of the box in regards to, what you may or may not be willing to do in terms of your career path or da da da. You have to think outside the box in terms of everything. And we've been inside this two-party box for as long as we've been alive. As long as I've been alive in this country, it's been Democrat, Republican. That's it. I hear about all the other ones. I was a registered member of the Libertarian Party for like 8 years. So I realized a lot of the candidates that were running on the platform, but their ideas were ridiculous. And I was like, okay, I can't support that. So now I am not registered as a member of any party. I vote however I want. Whether you be third party, Republican or Democrat, if I think you're the best candidate for the job, I'll vote for you. I personally feel like with the two sides being so invested in keeping third parties out, that should make you want to look at them closer. There's a reason why they don't want them at the party. Look at it. Like, really take a look at it. Really take a look at the candidate, at the platform. What do they really stand for? And why do these two people not want you to hear that? It's a reason. You just got to be willing to look at it. People are so afraid that they're going to look and see something that somebody's been telling them for a long time that they didn't want to accept as the truth. And they're going to see it as a reality. And it scares the fuck out of people that they've been blinded for a really long time. And now somebody's wanting to put the truth in their face. That scares the shit out of people. And I get it. I understand. But
I'd be willing to push back on that. On just on the last part.
Okay.
Because I feel like if you're blind and you don't know, then you don't know what to be scared of. So I don't think they think that way. Or the majority. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Like, you operate within what you don't know. So you're going with what you do know. I think that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know this is back here, like, at all, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't regard it, whether or not you're for it or against it. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I feel you.
like, and again, like, just me trying to simplify it from my understanding, I really be feeling like a lot of times, like, they're not trying to let it in the third party because, again, just because it splits votes, like, it hinders whomever's chances of getting all of the votes.
That too. And I think
I gotta cut my pie with another motherfucker. Like, God damn it! Like, I just gotta cut my pie. Like, it's an automatic cut. Automatic.
I feel it.
Like from both sides, from whatever other sides is out there. You know what I'm saying? It's just again like if we talking about with who we talk about now, like Trump knows that he don't. Trump knows he is the forerunner in that party, so he's not worried about another motherfucker.
Indeed.
And he can hear all of the people who are on the opposite side saying like, man, you know what? Well, not even on the opposite side, but who are just in his support, and they're loud about it. You know what I'm saying? So,
thanks.
I don't think he's he's concerned with that. But he would be the person. I think he would be the first person to figure out a way to keep these people off the ballot.
Oh hell yeah! Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? You better believe that shit. Yo, this is my thing. Okay, so check it. And I don't disagree with what you just said at all. I don't disagree with what you said. But
it's just a perspective. Like it's not like I said. That's why I push back. Like I don't know. Like I think people, a lot of people operate with their ignorance.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And
like just not knowing.
True, very true. And I think, a big part of that a lot of that is also predicated on what we allow in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Like, I never heard of this part. What under the Unity ticket? I never heard of that shit.
Oh yeah, the no label shit. Yeah, they running
no
out
labels.
of no labels. Yeah,
they said under the no Unity thing. No label. I never heard of that party.
Yeah, that's some fairly new shit. That's not
who
not something that's
I'm saying, like, who is this motherfucker? Now I got to look him up.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to. That's what a lot of it comes down to. If you put it in a situation where people have to do work to figure it out, they're gonna go with what they know. I don't got time for that. Like, we right here. Like, I don't. Whatever you doing over there, do it. It's fine. Hey, yay for you, but I don't got time for that shit right now. I feel like a lot of what happens in this country is predicated on keeping us too busy to look at other shit. A lot of it. Keeping us somebody told me once when I was I think I might have been 20 years old. And I used to make a lot of quote unquote revolutionary music. He told me, if this works, because I was making other stuff too. He was like, if this music sells and you get money, it's kind of hard to be a revolutionary when you're rich. I said, I guess that depends on how you look at being rich. Do you look at it as being rich for your own good, or do you look at it as being rich because now you can help fund this movement that's struggling to fund itself? I think that's what that comes down to. I don't give a fuck how much money I get. It ain't gonna keep me from being a revolutionary. That's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's people who are short-sighted and who actually believe in the value of capitalism, who believe that money will change a person's perspective, because they seen it happen a million times. But those people weren't dedicated to their cause if money changed what they was doing. Money should have empowered you to do it better. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
I look at it the same way. So case in point, we was talking about the NFL boycott that niggas didn't stick to. Mm-hmm. So just say, boom, tomorrow we have a all hands on deck niggas meeting. Not like that's good, but all niggas on deck. All niggas on deck. We have an all niggas on deck meeting, and niggas say, okay, listen, fuck the NFL. We know they're not gonna give Cap a job at this point. It is what it is, but it's bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? It's about empowering the people who are in there that are making these teams all this money. It's about empowering them. So we're not gonna watch it till until shit is ironed out. Okay. The Rock owns the XFL. Let's go watch that. Let's go watch that. If all the niggas that watch the NFL go start watching the XFL and don't watch the NFL, what do you think the NFL is going to do? Because no, we may not be their highest. But if all the niggas leave, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing that black people, especially in this country, have yet to figure out is if you hurt the bottom line, they will listen to you. They won't have a choice but to listen to you if you hurt the bottom line. Why do you think the Salem bus boycott worked? Niggas ain't ride the bus for a year. As soon as Alabama realized the bottom line was dropping to the floor, oh, maybe we need to let these niggas sit where they want. Because if we don't, ain't gonna be no buses. We can't afford to keep going like this.
Right.
Same thing with political parties. Same thing with the political parties. If you're willing to do the homework, find out what these third parties are. Find one that you agree with, that's pushing the candidate you agree with. Talk to every person you know. Start mobilizing people to do something outside the box. That's how you break the box. That's how you break the box. You can't break the box inside the motherfucker. You're never gonna break the box playing Republican Democrat games. Ever. It's never gonna happen. Just like motherfuckers that become cops or politicians thinking they're gonna change shit from inside the system. You're too outnumbered to change anything. What are you talking about? You can't do it. It's impossible. It's impossible. The only way you're gonna fix it is from out here. The only way you're gonna fix it or break it, tear it down, whatever needs to happen, is from out here. You can't do it in there. Because the systems that are in place to make things go the way they go are so entrenched. And some of these people have been in the positions they in for so long and have so much value in maintaining the status quo. What do you think you're gonna do? Be real with yourself. What you think you're gonna do? Be a one-term politician that don't get nothing done and they're gonna run you the fuck up out of here. Or they're gonna find a way to get you hemmed up somewhere. You know, they love to throw crazy shit on people. But yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, fuck this two-party shit. But yeah, I get it. I get it. People stick with what they're comfortable with. And they're pretty comfortable with the way things operate in regards to that bipartisan bullshit. So all I say is I challenge you to think deeper. Think deeper and do more research and be active in the politics that are going to affect your life. Be active in that. I ain't so worried about who's going to win the presidency as much as I am about who's about to be the governor of Washington, who's about to be the mayor of Tacoma, who's going to be the city manager who actually has more power than the mayor. Those are the things I'm concerned about. The president concerns me more in terms of who may potentially come drop a bomb where I live. That's where that becomes important to me. But yeah, focus up. Focus up. They playing games with y'all niggas, and y'all let them do it. So focus up. That's all I'm saying. That's all. I don't know, man. Yeah, mm. Yo, I'm looking forward to going on this tour. I renamed the tour, and just like I still don't have a title for this album with drugs yet, but I did rename the tour because the name that I initially had, after I said it out loud like 3 times, I was like, this sounds fucking ridiculous. So I'm not gonna do that. But I'm looking forward to going on tour. We'll be starting in Minnesota in April. Doing a couple shows in Minnesota, Madison, Wisconsin, in Chicago, Tennessee, sliding out to North Carolina, potentially Virginia. We'll see. But then we're coming back with the West Coast leg of the tour in June, Midwest in September. It's gonna be fun, man. So it's just good to get back to work, yo. I feel like I took a lot of time off this past year just to focus on other things. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to get back to the music. Feels good. Feels good. I'm excited. It's been a while. I'm excited.
I know the feeling. Born Allah hit me. I went to the studio yesterday. I got a feature for him. Felt good to be in it. Felt good. Brother, so with that being said, man, it's something like how I told you what I said about so far as like West Coast and how they revere hip hop and how they look at it and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
It was dope to be in the studio with him, and I knew like one other cat that was in there. But like just the way that they constructed the record, you gotta really know your hip hop history to be around some of these dudes. And it was some cool shit to see. Cause like with the way they was making it, I'm not gonna say what they was doing or what they did, but just the information that was being pulled out like in a second. I think and being able to add into it was cool too. You know what I mean? But just the shit that they know. I'm like, damn, like now I'm getting it gets clearer. Just their understanding for it. You know what I'm saying? Like what they know, like who produced what, who played what guitar on certain records. Like it get like that.
That's great.
You know, someone play those drums and blah blah blah. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? Like,
how do you know that?
Like, why do you know it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, damn, like, but like, this is a musical city. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of legendary music came out of here, period.
Sure did.
A lot of legendary music came out of here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So people know they shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope to just be amongst Born and his people during his creative process and actually being allowed to have some input. Shit was fire. We got a
That
banger.
sounds dope.
Montage 1 is on the record too. It's Montage, Born, and myself.
Hey man, look, I'm gonna say something.
You want to hear it, don't you? You want to hear it.
I do want to hear. I want to hear it real bad too.
I got a rough draft. I got a rough draft.
Oh shit! Don't play. Don't play. Don't play. Oh my goodness. Oh, bro. Hey, look. I'm gonna tell y'all independent, all y'all independent artists that listen to this podcast. I'm gonna tell you something. The people who ask you to rap with them says a lot about you. Says a lot about you, about who you are as a person, and your talent. I know some really dope people, dope rappers that I would never do a song with because of the type of person they are.
Mm. Mm.
So when someone who has cachet in the business, someone who has a legacy to protect, someone who has all of those things in place reaches out to you to do a song with them, understand what's happening. They're saying, because of who you are, not only that you rap well, but because of who you are, it's okay for me to invite you into this. I
Right.
want you to come be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And just in me saying that right now, it makes me think that maybe in my early time in the industry, I rubbed some people the wrong way. I'll just say that. Matter of fact, I know I did. I know that we one day we're gonna get into it, man. Like we gonna. I think I don't know if I want to do it on here or on sidebars or what, but I do want to talk more about my history in the music business because it's been a crazy story, and I don't really get to tell it to people because I don't like telling it to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like it's some things that's happened to me that like people wouldn't believe. Be like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that was the case, then why? Long story. Long story. A lot of times I got in my own way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times whoever was representing me got in the way. But yeah, that's why you know what I'm saying? And I know people be like, oh man, but dog, y'all don't understand. Like, you watching how you move, watching the people who invite you into their ciphers. You know what I'm saying? All of that means something to me. So that's why I celebrate it the way I do. When you drop a new song, you got a feature with somebody, I share it quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a lot of niggas that I know who drop stuff. I don't never share their shit. And it ain't that I don't fuck with it. It's just that, whatever.
Look,
I'll come on your page, like it, and all of that. But
I appreciate that, man. Like, we got to figure out a way to get you down here more. Because, like, that's what I realize it is. It's just a game of, the best ability is availability.
true indeed.
I'm in their face. I'm in their face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Shit.
I'm in their face. And and to the other part, pat myself on the back. So they appreciate what I do.
No doubt. They should.
So, yeah.
But I'm not even gonna lie to you. You sent me the you sent me the reference for the Logic joint we doing. I was just like, see, yeah, this nigga go.
Look, it's funny you say that because I said, all right. Now the fact that you said what you said before we got on here, like before we started recording,
Oh yeah.
he was like, I'm gonna get it to you. I said, man, not that I know that what I did was making you take long, but I was like, hold up, is this nigga doing what I think he gonna do?
All I'm gonna tell you is I started the verse 3 different times. I got 4 bars in 3 different
Some
times.
told me not to
And
send you the
deleted what
verse.
I
Let
wrote.
me just send this nigga the beat. And like, man,
I
just do
deleted it. I deleted it. I was like, nah, that ain't it. That ain't it.
Because I was just being breezy on it. I was just, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, do it. I'm just like, like, should I send this thing? Fuck it. Let me just send it. It's going to be this good. Because at the same time, too, though, and this is to all you other artist niggas, too, because I was cracking jokes with Born about this yesterday. So, the song that we did, Born had sent me the beat before just to let me know, just to see if I liked it.
No doubt.
And he told me he wanted to get Montage on it. So I was like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? So the next time I heard the beat, it was Montage's verse in the hook, so I could know where to go.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, I write the verse, get in there to go record it or whatever. I hadn't heard Bourne's verse yet. So I hear Bourne's verse right there in the spot. Now, mind you, I'm still like working through it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I had like 2 more bars to finish. And so,
Okay.
I'm finishing it in a moment while they're working on another song, but Bourne is like, yeah, let you hear my verse. I'm like, cool, because that'll let me know how I need to end my verse, because he already told me I'm running anchor on the record. Without even hearing this shit, he already told me. So I'm like, all right, cool, I just need to know how to finish it. I heard Bourne's verse, and I cracked the joke. Because it's something I have never done. But I said, Bourne, the fact you did that, you kind of nigga that made me like, you know what, if I was at home, I might have started this over 2 or 3 other times. It's mutual respect, though. He's like, man, fuck out of here. It's mutual respect, but it's like, yeah, I might would have started this over. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know what I mean? So to the point you just made, it's like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, but what I was saying, though, is we still got to kind of trust, like, nah, what I did is going to still stand up. It's the competitor in us. And then the fact is, like, we feel like you got a head start by hearing what I did instead of us just coming to the studio and just knocking it out.
No doubt.
Right there, beat, and just like, let us just duke it out right there. It's like, now you got some training. Like, you was able to research and, you know what I mean? Like, So I was like, I bet this knowing this nigga, he is gonna goddamn, man, fuck that, write that shit.
I was like, Like, the biggest thing was this, and it wasn't even that I felt like what I wrote wasn't good. It was just that the way I was leading in, like the way I was like, it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if the way that we're gonna, so I'm assuming that the way that we're recording it is the way that it's gonna go. You first and then me. Okay, so even if that's the case, I started thinking to myself, okay, this is cool, but if he goes here and his verse finished, whatever happens here, what I come back with has to maintain that same thing. You know what I'm saying? But in my way. So, like,
yeah,
I didn't feel like I was encompassing that at first, and I was like, this didn't come off right. Like, it feels like I'm trying to force something else into the situation that don't belong there.
gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I started it over, and finally I wrote something, and I was like, oh, that's it right there. And it'll be kind of the beginning of it'll sound familiar to you because I kind of took a page from the Carter and Newton album. What fucking song? What's the name of that song?
Don't even worry about it. Just
I can't remember. Yeah, but you'll hear it. Yeah, you'll hear it.
Because like, I mean, obviously, because the way we're doing it, Elijah is putting the bow tie on it with the cut. So
no doubt,
I want to see what he does, because I did have a hook in my head.
I feel it.
So it's like, I want to see what he does.
Man, yeah,
but
bro.
don't overthink it. Just let it rock. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Yeah. I mean, it's done now, so I'm gonna spit it, send it, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Like, now, I have no question that if I send it to you and you hear it, you'll be like, "Hey, man, look, I ain't trying to be funny or nothing, but I need you to do that again. I need you to do that again." I had a nigga do that to me. You know what I'm saying? I sent him the verse. He heard it. He called me immediately and was like, "Hey, I wanted Seven Da Pantha on this song, yo. What are you doing? What is this?" And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Do it again." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Went back in. I hung the phone up. 15 minutes later, I had a brand new verse, and I was standing in front of the microphone, spitting it. Within 25, 30 minutes, I was sending it to him. He said, "That's what the fuck I'm talking about." And I was like, and after I analyzed the two verses next to each other, I understood exactly what he meant. He was like, "I don't want you to be in let's make the best record mode right now. I want you to tear this motherfucker. I want you to tear a new hole in this shit." You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Oh, well, I mean, I wish you'd have said that from the jump. Then I would have went that way." You know what I'm saying? But you don't say shit. I'm gonna take my foot off the gas if I feel like I can. Like, it's cool. But yeah, man, like, man, I just want to say thank you, bro, because you literally get me heard in places where they never would listen to me previously. So thank you.
Oh shit, man, thanks. But you done the same for me. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit.
All right, man. Oh, salute Mojo Barnes. I hope everything's cool, bro. And not no emergency situation or nothing. He just had some familial business he had to take care of. So, you know what I'm saying? He'll be back with us next week. Man. And I will say this just to reiterate, if you have not done so, I would suggest that you go listen to Mojo Barnes' EP Surface Tension. It may give you a slightly better understanding of why he is the person that he is on the pod. That's all I can tell you. He's a very strange guy. He's very Seattle. If you've never been to the Northwest, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But the Northwest has its own vibe, its own thing. So yeah, he's very much that. Shit. Sidebars. Trey Dot, Unlearn the World. Both interviews out right now. We just dropped a new episode of All Purpose today. With Jay Bond and myself, so you can take a listen, tell us how crazy we sound talking about our predictions for the NFL playoffs. Of course, I'm getting some heat for my Lakers takes, but I'm a Lakers fan. I can say what I want. Yeah, tap in, man. Pantha Politix Network. We growing, yo. We growing. It's only gonna get bigger from here. So tap in. We back on YouTube. Make sure you lock in with us. YouTube.com/@PanthaPolitics. It's up. It's up, nigga. It's up, nigga. 2024, it's up. Don't even trip. Yo, E, thank you, bro. Much love, man. Stay cool out there. Mojo Barnes, I hope everything is good, brother. To everybody that's tuned in, make sure you comment, share, subscribe, rate the podcast. We are back on Apple Podcasts as of last night. We back in business. So, lock in. Let's get this thing going. Salute the Pretty Kings. Echo Limitless. I am Seven Da Pantha. Pantha Politix Podcast. We'll catch y'all next week, yo. One.